how to make the best homemade chippies ever. Buy some beef dripping. I get mine from Morrison's. It's only £1.15 a block, I do believe. Get yourself some red tatties. I do prefer the red tatties, but you can use white if you would prefer. Ideally, I like the dirty tatties, but you can hardly ever find them anymore. Chop them up after you've peeled them, nice and thick. And then we're going to put them in the fat before it's even started properly bubbling. I don't know why that makes for a better chip, but it does, trust me. Get yourself some ham. Roll it up like fingers, because we need to make this look presentable. This is the best. Name a better Council Estate tea. Name a better one, because I refuse to believe there's a better one than this, right? Checking on the chippies, they're doing lovely. Put yourself some eggs in a pan. I use a spoon to get the oil on top of the eggs. I aren't flicking it about, and plus I'm scared of that chip. I'm scared of that pan flicking at me and spitting at me when I'm trying to do them, so I always use the spoon. And then checking on the eggs again. See, look how lovely they're doing. Not snotty, but still dippy. Make sure they're not snotty, because nobody wants a snotty egg. Take a breath, Jerry. Jesus Christ. Right, we're going to check on the chippies again. Look at them. Lovely. And now we're going to plate up. So you got your ham, your eggs. Pile on your chippies. Oh, beans. Almost forgot, didn't I? Beans. Beans is now going on the plate. Big. And overcook them as well. You want them nearly falling apart. You want them soft-centred. Beautiful. Absolutely love beans. That's enough bean content. Now onto the chips. Pour them on. Oh, could you get any more chippies on that plate? Was I feeding just myself in this? Was I no way I was just making that for myself. Ketchup. I didn't have any brown sauce, so I had to have Tommy. And then get yourself some. There's no way this food was just for me. Surely I was cooking for everyone. Get yourself some bread and best butter. Has to be best butter. Fight me on that, because I am not putting utterly butterly on any bread round here. And look at that, I can't even spread it, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because it's absolutely delicious. Look at that. That is a tea fit for a queen. Yummy! And it's not snotty. Lovely jubbly. I'm on Universal Credits. This is what we had for tea tonight. Here's everything you're going to need. And now I've prepped it. We're going to start off with some red taties. I don't know why. I just think they taste better. So I use red taties. We're going to cut them all up and we're going to boil them. I think every single meal I do rather has mash, chips, some sort of potato in it, and then I get myself some sausages. I did get the more expensive ones. Normally I would just use the cheap ones, but there we are. Oh, went to find my knife, found my knife. There we go. And can you guess what we're going to make here, lads and lasses? We're going to make our very own pigs in blankets, because they are absolutely elite. And I do love myself a pigs in a blanket. I think it's so yummy, and why not, right? Okay, this might not be the healthiest meal that I cook, but it's one of the best. So there we go. So we're going to make ourselves some pigs in blankets. Going to wrap them in a tin. I use a tin like that because in no way I'm washing up after doing everything like this. I'm just going to throw it in the bin. So after you've wrapped them up in a fashion, this is taking ages. Why have I? There we go. Bloody hell. Speed it up a bit, sunshine. There we go. Straight in the oven they're going to go. And while we're doing that, while we're cooking the taties and they're in the oven, we're going to get ourselves some cheese. I do love cheese. Every time I grate cheese, it reminds me of childhood trauma, because my stepmom would always make sure that I was the one that had to grate all the cheese. And then it'd get down to the last little bit, and I'd be at that point, I'd be grating my skin, I'd be grating my nails, and it's all going to go in there. So Layla, if you're watching, hun, just know you definitely ate one of my fingernails. Get some mozzarella. We're going to cut that up, and we're going to cut some tomatoes. That is the only vegetable that's going in tonight's meal. And to be fair, it's not even a vegetable, is it? It's a bloody fruit. And why is it a fruit? I'll never understand that. Why? Who decided that a tomato was a fruit? Apparently it's got something to do with the fact that seeds are inside and not the outside. But then doesn't that make a strawberry a vegetable? I don't get it. Don't understand it. Don't question it. I'm just going to whack it on my tea. Now the potatoes are done. We're going to pour in the last bit of the milk. Definitely going to need a cow next time I go to the shop. And that is the best butter you can buy. It's from Farm Foods. And you can get 10 blocks of that butter for £10 and they freeze really well. Careful. Crisis averted with the baby. She was just running through. So now, mash up all your taties. We don't mash them proper. We make sure it's got lumps in. Don't worry, this is getting trice cooked. So by the time you get it out of the oven, all the lumps are going to be fine. Add some cheese into that because yum. And then we're obviously going to add some mozzarella into that as well. Like the cheese overload. This is actually a cheese pie. I don't know why all I ever cook is pies and bakes, but I don't even know why people call this a pie because it hasn't even got a lid on it. And I thought in order for it to be got, look at the cheese pull on that. Oh, that is 99% cheese, 1% potato, innit? But we love it. If you haven't tried this, you have to try it. Try it, right? And then to come back and comment below what you think to it, because I think it's absolutely delicious. So there we go. Smooth that all down because aesthetics is absolutely everything in this household. And then, bung a bit more cheese on the top because as if it didn't have enough already, make sure you bung some cheese on top. This is actually a very cheap dinner if you don't add in the entire Cathedral City pack into it. Not that I use Cathedral City. It is just Savers. And we're going to add the tomatoes on the top. Potatoes, cheese and fruit. What could go wrong? Whack them all on the top. I'm not going to lie. Half of the kids will pick those off, but I actually enjoy the tomato on the top. I think it's very nice. Why am I making these edits so long? I need to get better at my editing. Now, beans. Beans. I aren't really keen on the ones from Farm Foods, but it's what I add in, so we'll use it. So what I do to make them taste like cafe beans, because I swear that's all they do anyway, I add in a little bit of tomato puree, because I think that makes it taste better. I don't know why I'm coming on here showing you all what I have for my tea every night, acting like MasterChef, when really I should go to I should probably go and get some cooking lessons, and some of you definitely think I need some nutritional lessons. But there we go, more veg. And actually, that's haricot beans slow cooked in a tomato sauce. Very nice. And it's one of your 5 a day, and they make you fart, so why not? Add them in, and they're going to be done. They're going to be tasty when they are toxic orange, okay? If your beans aren't toxic orange, then they're not going to be very nice. And there we go. Look at that. You can't tell me that don't look absolutely delicious. Wonderful. I'm off to Scrant. I'm on universal credits, and this is what I'm feeding my kids today. Boil your bacon. Now, I know it's gammon, but in this house, we call it bacon. Take off that scuzz and peel yourself some potatoes, because you all know me by now. Tato is a staple in this house. Get yourself some cabbage and take that out that inside bit, because no one wants to eat that. It's hard. And then after your bacon's been boiling for 2 hours, add in your tatties, and then about 15 minutes towards the end, add in your, what is it called? This is why I don't eat veg, because I don't even know what it's called. It is called, it's not celery. What is it called? Cabbage. Trim off the fat from that, because no one wants that, and make yourself up some parsley sauce from Aldi's. Cut it all down, because that's absolutely beautiful. Look at that. And now you're going to plate it up. Spuds. Who don't love a spud? And this all just tastes of bacon. It's absolutely beautiful. Cabbage. And then we're going to put on our bacon. This dinner is by far the simplest, bestest, and there's hardly any washing up. You've got to wash up 1 pan, 2 pans, because you did the sauce. That sauce is a bit too runny. Never mind. I'm going to still absolutely drown my food in it. And that is pure Irish butter. Absolutely beautiful. There we go. Fit for a king. Oh, hi, it's me, the universal credit bum crumb. And today I'm going to show you how to make cornflake tart. And this is actually my first ever time making pastry, but I thought, you know what, with the 1,000,001 pies that I always cook, I may as well learn to make my own pastry. So I thought I'd give it a go. So you're going to pour in 220 grams of plain flour, and then I used lard because I'm pretty sure that's what you're supposed to use. Anyway, 100 grams of that goes in. And then a little bit of salt. I'm sure it was supposed to be sugar, but I thought, well, with the rest of the stuff that's real sweet, then surely then you're supposed to, and then a bit of water. But actually, you're supposed to turn that lot dry ingredients into breadcrumbs and then add the water, but I didn't. But it made a deliciously flaky pastry, so I don't know, maybe do it my way, maybe do it your way. I'm not sure which way to do it. All I know is that Mary Berry would be very proud of my pastry. Not to fat me on bumhole, but it was absolutely beautiful. So now I'm going to roll out the pastry. Do not worry about this too much. And actually, I made that much to make 2. That could have made 2 pies. So I just froze the other half. I thought I'm not wasting it. And this pastry did end up looking like a patchwork quilt. I did it very thin. I probably should have done it a bit thicker, but I'm not the biggest fan of pastry. I like puff pastry, but I'm not too keen on this pastry. Like my pastry I like, but this style shortbread pastry, short crust pastry, I don't bloody know what it's called. But I'm not overly keen on it sometimes. It was ripping. We don't mind. So I wanted it thin. Anyway, patched it all down, made sure it was the right size. Tried to put it into there. Didn't really work. Made a hole in it. Had to patch it up. This is not Great British Bake Off. This is Great British Try Your Best, okay? So we're just going to blob a bit on top of that and then just call it a day, okay? No one's going to see the underneath of the pie anyway. So just do your best and bodge the rest, okay? Careful with the knife, though, because that, I don't want blood in my pie, okay? So just be careful with that bit. Slice down all the edges. Mine shrunk, like, quite a lot. Are you supposed to leave, like, overhang? Or are you supposed to squash it down so it doesn't shrink? I'm not sure. Mine shrunk. And then you're supposed to prick it with the fork, but I only realised that a little bit after, so I did go back in the oven and pricked it with the fork. That's the leftover pastry. I'm just going to put that in a freezer bag and whack that in the freezer for the next time I make some sort of pie or a concoction. Wipe down your sides because we're not giving dirty bitch over here, okay? Now we're going to make the filling. You're going to get 60, 70, hang on, how much? 75, that was supposed to be, that'll do, of your butter and 75 of your golden syrup. I did 77. Don't judge me. How am I going to take that out? I can't take that out. And then I did too much sugar as well. Never mind. It was only supposed to be 25. Blob in your jam. Now, don't be like me and think greedy and want loads of jam because it was too jammy. I'm not going to lie. That was probably enough jam. But no, I went and blobbed a whole nother bit in it and it made it too jammy. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just a greedy bitch. Don't do it as jammy as I did. You won't enjoy it. Melt down your butter, your golden syrup and your sugar until it is completely melted. Don't judge me for my oven top, okay? I know I need a new oven. Add in your cornflakes and mix them all about. I do it a bit at a time so they all get generously coated because our mouth's watering. That's the delicious bit. Just tastes like butterscotch or something. Bloody beautiful. Mix that all round. Oh, did I tell you to put the pie in? When you've done the pie, like made the pastry, stick it in for 15 minutes. And then you take it out and put the jam on. And then you put this on. Yeah. And then it's going to go back in the oven for 15 minutes. I did my pie for about 15 minutes, like just the base on its own. I think that's called a blind bake, but I'm not really sure. I'm guessing it's called blind because you whack it in and you don't see if it's done until you take it out. Now I'm making some custard. I put milk in mine and then add in the instant custard powder. I know it says use water, but trust me on this one, okay, hun? Just use milk. It's 100 times better. Actually so delicious. I don't know why I did it like this, though. This was a bit silly because I should have just poured the packet into the actual pan, mixed it around and then poured it into the mug, not put the packet mix in the mug. The water, that just makes no sense. Makes no sense the way I did it. So anyway, yeah, make your custard with milk. Delicious. Look at that. Oh, who do I think I am? Like I said, a bit too much jam, but never mind. I did thoroughly enjoy it anyway. Put a custado over the top, and there you go. You got it. It's practically there. Look at that pastry. Oh, so delicious. I'm very proud of myself. Make one. You're going to love it. Brilliant. Yummy. I'm on Universal Credits and today I'm going to Aldi to show you how you can make a Sunday dinner with a pudding and a drink for under £15. You're never going to believe how much this cost in the end. You're going to be shooketh. So we're going to go buy all of our stuff. I will show in the end exactly what I get because I like to just ramble. You all know this by now. But we're going to get absolutely everything we need. Now this will feed a minimum 4 people. You can probably stretch it further if you have a little bit less meat. But if you all want a decent slice of jam roly-poly, then it's going to feed about 4 of yous, okay? And this is everything we're going to buy. Look at that. And that £12.81. £12.81 pence for all that. Look, check it again. Check everything that's on that list. £12.80 pence. You're going to start off with your gammon. You're going to, well, I call it bacon, actually. It's going to take that out. And what we're going to do with this gammon here is we're going to boil it. That's why I always get the unsmoked. Sometimes if I'm cooking with it proper, then I get the smoked one. We're going to bang that in the pan. In it goes, and you're going to cook that for about 3 hours. Okay, while you get that in the cooking, you're going to peel yourself some spuds. I love a spud, do love a spud. And the reason I got the lard is because we're going to have mashed potato and roast potatoes. I'm pretty sure that's what I did. This was filmed quite a while ago, and I can't remember if I actually did the roast potatoes. But anyway, peel your spuds. Wait till the end. Wait till you see at the end how good this absolutely looks. You're never going to cook a Sunday dinner any other way again. And you can even substitute the gammon for chicken if you don't like gammon, because they're almost exactly the same price anyway. Cut up your carrots. I'm not going to be fancy and doing them in those julienne slices. We're just going to do it cancer estate, okay? Cut up all your carrots, and then next, I always get this medley. Look, the cauliflower and the broccoli florets, it's absolutely fine to just do it like that. Why are we out here buying the full thing when you cut half of it away and throw it away anyway? Separate them, because some people don't like trees and they only like clouds. And put it all in your steamer. So it just cooks it for you. Now, I personally do cook my vegetables until they're practically falling apart. If you want to do them a little bit less and wait until they're a little bit harder inside, then you do you, honey. You do it the way that you want to do it. But this is the way I do it, so that's what I'm going to show you today. Why does my skin look like corned beef? I look like I'm a little bit cold there. Are you freezing, Miguel? And then I always get these little pans here because I'm not a fan of washing up, even though I've got a dishwasher. I don't know about you, but when I'm doing a Sunday dinner, I end up with about 45 million pots. So here we go. Anyway, chucking your Yorkshire puddies in there. Absolutely delicious. I love pouring my gravy into them, so it's like a little boat, and then I eat them with my fingers because I'm an absolute gremlin. I don't mind. I don't even use a knife half the time. I just cut everything with the side of my fork. Then you get yourself your sage and onion, what's that called? Stuffing. I did this to the correct thing. It said I did the exact same water. I didn't do it the way I would normally do it. I did it per the instructions. It was shit. Add in a little bit less water because that wasn't very good. It ended up real sloppy, and I don't like it. Like, look at that. That's too much fluids. Too much fluids. Anyway, here's everything before it goes in. I know I did the roast potatoes, and there you go. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Bang your gravy on that. I don't need to tell you how to cook it all, do I? Because surely you know. Beautiful. Universal credit, Mum, back with another universal credit pudding. So today we're going to make the cake equivalent of a cherry bakewell. Don't know about you, but I do like me some Mr. Kipling. All the ingredients are on the screen, but I will stick them in the description down below. We're going to bang in our cake mix into our bowl. And then we're going to add in 2 eggs. So just crack them right in. Don't worry about what it says on the cake packet. Just do what I tell you to do. Then we're going to add in 7 tablespoons of milk. And we're going to add in a teaspoon of the almond essence. I keep trying to say vanilla essence, but there we go. Once that's well combined, pour it into your cake tin. And make sure you scrape down the sides to get everything in there. No man left behind. But try not to drop your spoon in it like me. When that's all in your tin, what we're going to do next is I like to sprinkle the top with a bit of granulated sugar. I don't know why I do that. That's just something my nanny did. And then I cook it for 170 for 20 minutes. Then add in a bit of almond essence and 3 tablespoons of milk into your icing. Mix that well together. When your cake is cooled, pour it over your cake. Slice up your cherries and plop them on top. And then cut it into individual slices. I think the cost for this was about 25p per slice. And it was delicious. Today's budget dinner is macaroni cheese. Costs about £3 to make. Just get a tin of tomato soup, mix it in with your pasta, and chuck a load of cheese on the top. Delicious. If it hasn't got at least 3 carbs in the meal, I don't want it. Just top that off with some garlic bread. And there we go. Actually, I top mine off with a mountain of this hot sauce because I like it spicy. Hello, hi, it's me, the Universal Credit Bum Crumb, and today we're off to Aldi. Again, feed the trolley me poond and away we go. We're going to get tomatoes. We're going to get this beef and pork mince here, £4.49. Garlic bread, why pay more when you can pay 70p? Same with the spaghetti. And the passata's only 50p. I mean, to be fair, you could probably just have all 3 of those and call it a day. But no, we're going to get some shop tomatoes next. I don't know what I thought I was doing, trying to get 3, just getting 2, hun. And then a garlic. So my hands now stink of absolute garlic, and I would probably ward off all the vampires within a 30-mile radius if they high-five me right now. That's how much it costs, £11.06. Take it all home, put it on your side, and prepare yourself. I heard that a hack, right, that apparently if you cut this open and then leave it, it's supposed to self-inflate, kind of like the squishies that you get from Temu. That didn't work. Anyway, open your passata. I always pour this in, and then I pour a bit of water in the actual container as well to get the rest of the juice out. So pour it in, Then go to the sink, add in some water into the carton and pour that in as well. I should have sped this bit up. My editing skills are a bit shite. There we go. Watery passata. Ta-da! What we're doing next, Jez? Oh yeah, pour in your tin tomatoes. Whack them in as well. I feel like I should have sped this bit up as well, but there we go. Stay with me. Pepper, seasoning, there you go. Job's a good one. And then I add in a little bit of sugar. Apparently, it's supposed to take away the acidity. Can't even say it, let alone know what it does. But there we go. Mix all that together. Mix it, mix it, mix it. And then just stick that on the hob because that's going to go now. And then we're going to add the fresh ingredients to it. Chop up your tomatoes. It doesn't really matter which way you do it. Chop them up any way you fancy. Bung them in whole. It really doesn't matter. Stick it all in your pot and let that simmer. Now, this was going to be a bit where I showed you how easy it was to take the skin off garlic, but it turns out it wasn't that easy. Chop it all up. Doesn't matter. Willy-nilly. And then stick that in your frying pan. And guess what? Onions. Chop them up. And then put them in your frying pan along with the garlic. And just stick that on low. Then get your carrots. Slice them all up. And these are going to go in your pan. Whack them in your pan. And then what we're doing next? Oh, yeah, milk. Put some milk in a bowl and then add in your bread. We're going to do this to stretch out the mince so it lasts even longer so you get more out of it. ChatGPT said to do it. Have I done it before? No. Would I do it again? Yeah, it did work all right, actually. Wait till you see the end results because it's absolutely stunning. Blitz all that if you've got fussy beggars like me that won't eat anything that's got a carrot in it and no visible sign of no onions, nothing. So, and then mix all that up. The best way to do it is with your hands. Just get in there. Just get in there. And then let's just see how many meatballs we can make out of this. Oh, 55 million actually to be exact. Thousands. Loads of them. And then that should be done frying now. So stick that in your pan. And then mix it all around. And then we're going to blend that again. Because again, we're feeding babies. Did I clean that blender before I used it? No, it's all going to go in the same belly anyway. So what's the point? And that's how I'm looking at the sauce now. Why buy it when you can make it like that? I didn't add in a bit of a mighty to that. It's basically your Aldi version of your Marmite. It's delicious. Banging your meatballs. They look delightful. Made all that. Look at that. Beautiful. That was stunning. Let's make the world's best cheese toast because bitches love cheese toast. Toast one side, flip it over, whack on some soft cheese. It don't need to be Philadelphia. It can be whatever you want, me fella. And then get some sliced jalapenos and slice your jalapenos even more. And then bang on your cheese, whack it on, toast it till it's toasty on the top. And then we're going to pour ourselves a big cancel mug of milk. Add on some hot sauce. Job's a good one. Hi, it's me, the Universal Credit Bumcrum, and today I'm going to show you how to make baked s'mores for under £5, and we're doing 2 different versions. That's 8 s'mores for under £5, and you could probably make more than this. Anyway, I picked this chocolate because there's no palm oil in it because I don't fancy that, Cadbury's. So get Aldi's, okay? Now, I'm going to now separate the pink from the white and the white from the pink. Turns out it's just pinks with a few of his friends because there was abundantly more pink than white. Now, I'm going to stick some digestives in this pan. I have chose to use disposable pans because this is going to be a disposable dessert because there ain't no way I'm washing that up, even though I'm just sticking it in dishwasher. Don't know who I think I am. Anyway, I'm not posh because I've got a dishwasher because I actually just found it in charity shop for 30 quid. So then bang on some chocolate on top of the marshmallows and then whack some digestives over the top. Is this how to make s'mores? I don't really know, but this is what I'm making anyway. Look at this, absolutely delicious. I was trying not to get 3rd-degree burns on the molten lava that is the marshmallow, but I wanted to give you an aesthetically pleasing bite. So I did, and I inhaled some of that digestive while I was trying to do it and gave myself a coughing fit. Anyway, this is the second one I'm doing now. Again, bang down your digestives and stick a marshmallow on each one for support. I thought this was a really good idea of mine because what is a s'more? It's chocolate, marshmallow and biscuit. So it isn't a wagon wheel technically a raw s'more. So I stuck that in between 2 digestives and thought that'll be delicious. Whacked all the pinks on top. And baked it. Oh yeah, bake these. I baked them for about 5 to 7 minutes in an oven that's been preheated to 220. Is that right?
No, I don't know. Let me check the oven. Anyway, this is the second one. That was absolutely beautiful anyway. Love that. And yeah, it's 220. I cook everything on 220. Everything goes in the oven at 220. Maybe actually do it a little bit less than that because that was still raw in the middle. Anyway, job's a good one.